welcome to Life Matters. I'm Julie Plush, along with my co-hosts Leila Jackson and Stephanie Alston. We have a great show for you today. Our first segment, Stephanie will discuss aromatherapy and its benefits, emotionally and physically, and she's going to share some tips that you can use at home. Our second segment, we're going to discuss male and female relationships. We did that on an earlier show, but this time we have a special guest, Stan Stewart, who will share his stories about male and female relationships from the male perspective. So we want you to stick around for that segment. So Stephanie, what on earth is aromatherapy?
Good question, Julie.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people have heard, you've probably heard the term, you've seen it on candles, lotions, and potions.
Yeah.
And you've smelled different fragrances. You said, ooh, that smells nice. But aromatherapy is so much more than just scents and fragrances. Actually, the term aromatherapy literally means therapy using aromas. And when we talk about these aromas, we're talking about the essential oil that is obtained from a plant. And the term essential oil itself is actually kind of misleading because the essential oils that are extracted from the plant are actually not oily substances at all, as we're going to demonstrate later on when you feel the essence of the essential oils. But that it's termed an essential oil because when it's looked at under a microscope, it looks like actual little droplets of oil. They appear to be oily, but they're actually not oils at all. Okay. And really, you cannot call an essential oil unless it's done by steam distillation because they evaporate so quickly. So when you have oils that come from, let's say, a citrus fruit, they're not obtained through steam distillation. They're obtained through a process called expression, meaning that they actually press the skin of the fruit to get the oil out. But so it's called the essence. It's not called an essential oil. In order for it to be called an essential oil, it has to be done by steam distillation. Okay. So you have essential oils and then you have citrus oils.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Now, if I saw my brother down the street, with the oils,
right,
on the corner, and you say, yeah, this is made with natural ingredients and these made with essential oil, should I trust him and say these are real essential oils?
Not necessarily, no, because a lot of what you see on the street, I mean, they're manufactured, they're chemicals, and it gives off a nice fragrance, but they're not, they may have very, very little essential oil in it or none at all.
Okay.
Yeah, because they're just chemically produced. And it really is hard or almost impossible to reproduce an essential oil in a lab because there's so many constituents and component parts to it. It's almost impossible to do that. So unless you get extracted with pure distillation, if you got it from some other form, you don't have a pure essential oil more than likely.
So where do you get oils? I mean, do you get them at health food stores? Do you get them?
Yeah, you can get them at, I purchased some at Whole Foods. You can go to stores that sell natural, organic produce. You can go to some health food stores, have them. You have a lot of online websites, have a lot of distributors. A lot of people get them online. Okay. And there's so many out there. So if you just Google essential oils, you'll get a whole list of places where you can buy and purchase essential oils. Yes.
And because it's so involved to make those essential oils, is it expensive?
It can be. It depends on the kind of plant. And it depends on how much of that plant you need to, let's say, produce maybe an ounce of essential oil. Like jasmine tends to be one of the more expensive ones. That's because jasmine is an essential oil that's used in a lot of perfumes. Right. And that's why you have a lot of perfumes that tend to be kind of expensive, especially if they have jasmine. Of course, there's the manufacturing and the marketing part of it too. The company wants to make some money, but jasmine is an expensive oil to make. And some oils are obtained, some essential oils are obtained through a process called maceration, meaning that they may let the flower petals of that particular flower, let's say jasmine, just steep in an oil. And then the essential oils are extracted. It begins to diffuse into the oil itself. So there are different processes, but a pure essential oil, you're going to get it through steam distillation. And one thing I have to let you all know, I am not a licensed clinical aromatherapist. I mean, I am a licensed a natural certified health professional, but I've taken classes and I've seen, a lot of demonstrations. But there are people who are licensed clinical aromatherapists, and this is what they do for a living. This is their craft. This is what they love to do. And aromatherapy, dates as far back as, over 4,000 years. The Egyptians are recorded as being the first group of people to actually obtain oils, essential oils from plants, and maceration was one of their processes because they probably hadn't developed the steam distillation at that point, but they would steep various plants in oils, and they knew the benefits of getting the aromas and the essential oils from those plants, and they used it to heal. They used it in religious ceremonies. They used it just to relax or what have you. And when they mummified, their pharaohs or any of the people who died, they would put some of those essential oils in the cloth to keep the smell down. That was their kind of like their embalming process, so to speak, or way they preserve those mummies. Yeah, they wrap those bandages. They put the essential oils in those bandages.
But the Bible talks about essential oils, frankincense and myrrh are essential oils, and it helps with the immune. Right. With the immune system, they need to bring that to the Christ child. Isn't that something?
Yeah, and not only the help in the immune system, but it also there's essential oils that help to give you a sense of calm and relaxation, so it can open you up spiritually. That's why a lot of people use essential oils in spiritual maybe ceremonies or whatever, because it helps to relax you, open your mind, so that you can concentrate. And some people use it to worship their gods or various gods. So yeah, people use it. Essential oils are used for medicinal purposes, for psychological, physiological. It's used in some culinary arts. Essential oils are kind of strong to put in food, but you'd have to get like maybe a food grade essential oil and mix it with maybe olive oil or something like that. You may not want to put a pure essential oil in food. Maybe a little dab, but essential oils are very, very powerful.
Right.
They are very powerful.
Burn the skin or something.
Well, not burn, but irritate. Okay. It could irritate the skin. And I remember when I was dating this guy one time, peppermint oil is one of the oils that we're going to talk about a little later. It's good for headaches because it's very cooling, because one of the main ingredients in peppermint essential oil is menthol. Yeah. And menthol is in a lot of different products. And we know how menthol smells. You see the Vicks Vapor Rub down here? But menthol is very powerful, and you notice when you put menthol on your body, it immediately cools the body, and the way your body reacts to it is that it starts to heat up. So that's why that Vicks Vapor Rub, people a lot of times you put it on your chest for colds, because when it goes on, it's cool, but then your body's like, whoa, it's cool. Let me start to heat up. So that kind of helps with releasing those toxins. But I was starting to tell you about a guy that I was dating, and he had a headache. And at the time, I was really new at essential oils and what they were used for, and I was just really all excited about it. But I had some peppermint oil, and I said, oh, I know this peppermint oil is going to, it's good for your headache or whatever. So I put the pure oil. I was rubbing his temples. It helped his headache a bit, but it tore his eyeballs up.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's
like fire.
Yes, because that essential oils are absorbed into the skin like that.
Wow. So what do you do? Just rinse it off with water?
Well, what you do, you really shouldn't put it that close to the eyes anyway. But see, I didn't put it in a carrier. Or usually essential oils are put in a carrier, like jojoba oil or grapeseed oil or maybe safflower oil. Not safflower, but other kinds of oils. I'm trying to think of another kind of oil.
Shea butter or shea?
You can put it in there. Just notice that since the molecules in that shea butter is so heavy, it may take a little longer for the essential oil to absorb into your skin. But that's why you have lighter oils like jojoba oil that are lighter and they carry quicker, into the body.
Okay. Yeah. So what I was going to mention, you mentioned about calming. What is a good essential oil to calm you down, to relax you? Everybody wants to be relaxed in this stressful world right now. So what would you recommend?
Lavender. That's probably people's favorite.
My doctor actually recommended to me lavender.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he did.
That's good.
Yeah, because I was having a hard time sleeping, so he suggested lavender.
Wow, because a lot of doctors, medical doctors, won't go for the alternative.
He was looking for alternative. I was looking for pills. He was going for the alternative.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's really good. You got a good doctor. That's
he's great.
That's excellent.
Yeah, lavender oil. There are lots of oils, because if you go to spas and get spa treatments, you notice that a lot of your, I guess, more spas that are really up to date, on what they're doing. Yes, I like how you use it, worth their salt. They're going to use some type of therapy with essential oils, and you'll be able to smell it, especially when they're giving your face a massage or what have you. And it's very calming.
It is
very relaxing. I mean, and you have oils that do so many different things, and these oils are really unique to the plant itself, because not only do we extract the essential oils to help us as human beings, but those plants produce those oils for a reason.
What is a